Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Vicki from Making Moments and Memories, and today I just have a quick little project that I'm using some scrap Valentine paper that I had left over. This is Stampin' Up, but it was a couple years ago, and we're making this cute little box and putting 4 little tea lights in there and just a cute little sentiment for Valentine's Day. So to make the box, you need a piece of paper. In fact, here you can screenshot these dimensions. So the paper has to be 7 3/4 by 5 1/4. Then we're going to score on the long side. So we're going to score on the long side at 3/4 inch and 7 inch. So that's what these are, 3/4 inch and 7 inch. Then on the short side, all right, the short side, you're going to score at 3/4 inch, 2 1/4 inch, 3 inch, and 4 1/2 inch. And then that's what these, that's what these are. So 3/4 inch there, 2 1/4, 3, and then 4 1/2. Okay? Then you're going to cut on the short ends. You're going to cut on those score lines and turn it, and you're going to cut on those score lines. And then I just notched out a little bit where my tabs are going to get glued in, because it just kind of makes for a more cohesive seam when you have those tabs notched out a little bit. You don't have to do that. You can make the box without that. So that's the dimensions, and I have another box here, and I'll show you how to glue it. And I've already done the scoring. So one of the things that you want to pay attention to is the direction of your paper. So for example, I want this to be the top. So when you're gluing the tabs together, the top is only going to have one little tab that's going to get glued to that side top. The bottom is going to have 2 tabs. And the reason I am pointing this out is because if you glue these tabs together, then this is going to end up being the top of your box, and you don't want that. All right. So once you have your paper cut and scored, and you've got these tabs cut, so you're just basically, like I said, cutting right up on those score lines. We're going to glue it together, and the bottom of the box is what I'm going to glue together first. So you're going to need to know this is the top, and I need the 2 little tabs on the bottom are going to get glued in to that side piece. Okay, so we're going to glue that together, and that's going to make the bottom. So then the top's just going to be left with 1 tab to glue. All right, and I just use liquid glue, and you can use adhesive, tape runner and stuff like that. I just think liquid glue holds this together a little bit better, and you really don't need a lot. I do put it together with like paper clips or clamps, and you want to make sure it's, you know, kind of squared off, that you don't have any of the box kind of hanging off. And I use these little clamps to put that together. And that one is a little bit high. Let's see if I can move that down. There we go. All right, and then the same thing on this side. A little bit of glue. And we're going to make those square, and we're going to put some clamps. And these don't really take that long to dry at all. You know, you just want to make sure you don't clamp it crooked like I just did. There we go. All right, so we're going to let those dry for a second, and I'm going to show you the sentiment that I'm going to put on the top. It's going to be this little envelope die. So I stamped on the front, and then this becomes a little envelope. And this envelope comes from this, which is a current set, Sending Love. So it comes with a little envelope stamp, the mailbox, but then it also comes with this little envelope die. Cuts all this out in one die cut, and you just, there's gonna be little score lines made, and you just fold on those score lines, and it makes a cute little envelope. And the envelope is a little, so there is a flat part and a pointed. So I always make this pointed, the top of my envelope, and I fold the squared off one as my bottom. Then what I did is before I assembled it, I stamped and I embossed. So what we're gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna stamp that Make-A-Wish, and we will do that while the box is drying, and then we'll assemble the top. So I've just got my Versamark. This says Make-A-Wish, same as that other little envelope. And you wanna make sure the pointed top of your envelope is facing up. So I'm gonna stamp Make-A-Wish. And then we're gonna use our white embossing powder. And then we'll just make sure we don't have any extra flakes. And I forgot to use my embossing buddy, so now I have flakes everywhere on here. All right, so scratch that. We'll just pretend that I just made this. Then what I did is I cut the same envelope, and then I just cut the center out, and I just cut it down to size so it would fit inside that little envelope. All right, so we're gonna pretend I just embossed, because I got powder all over the sentiment, so it's not gonna heat nicely. All right, let's go ahead and put our top part together. And then we'll clamp that. And then the same thing, just make sure it's flush and, you know, kind of squared up. And then same thing on this one. And we'll clamp that and let that dry. And then these candles are, as far as the height, if you're gonna buy these to fit into this box, they are not even 1/4 of an inch high. I don't know. They're less than 3/8 of an inch high. So if you were to buy candles and look for them, you could go at least 1/4 of an inch high if you think of the depth of the box that you have. Just don't buy these, you know, you don't want them too deep. But yeah, you're good. You're safe with probably 1/4 of an inch. And I love these little tea lights. I use them in my pumpkins at Halloween when I carve pumpkins. I use them in little vases on the patio with fresh cut flowers. So they make a great gift. And when this is done, you're gonna take your little paper clamps off, and you've got your little box, just like so. And these are really good for like pens and stuff too. So if you wanted to, you know, gift a pen or something like that, they're a great box for that as well. All right. And yeah, so I'm just gonna do this little Make-A-Wish envelope. I'll write a note in there, and probably just kind of secure it with a ribbon, or sure, actually I don't know how I'm gonna secure that. Maybe I'll just put it on the inside of the box. That might be cute too. And then also the stamp sets. So this one's current and it has the dies with it. I used the Sentiments Make-A-Wish from Hooray for Surprises. This does have a lot of dies with it also that are interactive. You can make like a pull tab card. And I did cut the heart. I was gonna stamp on the heart, but I wasn't sure if I wanted that hanging off my box. So I'm not convinced I'm gonna do that or not. So I'm kind of waiting on that one. And as far as Stampin' Up, they are having a special right now. They call it Sale-a-bration, and if you spend $60 or more, there are free items that you can choose once you go to checkout. And I'll put some of those links below in the video too. But you can pick from $60 items, and also this is a cute Valentine one. This is for $120. If you purchase $120, you get a heart stamp set and dies, and that's one of the other items. So that's going on right now. If you want catalogs, please let me know. I do sell Stampin' Up items. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and have a great day.